Hey Pixies! Today we're doing a super fun, bright manicure for summer and we are going to do some nail art as well. So I'm using Dollhouse Dips GAC, which is a neon green, double dip, dip base and activator, double dip gel base and gel top coat. And then I have some gel stamping polish and some nail art brushes. And I will have everything linked down below for you, as well as discount codes for Dollhouse Dips and Double Dip. So I am going to get started by applying the dip base. So we're not doing gel, we're doing the dip base, and we're going to pour that color over, clean up the cuticle area with a toothpick. And I'm only going about 3/4 the way down for this first layer. So I'm just doing that first layer about 3/4 of the nail, and then for the second one we'll do the entire nail. This color was really pigmented, so I only needed 2 dips of it. So I'm going to let you watch me do that, and I'll be back in a minute. After giving my nails a good scrub with the stiff nail brush, I go ahead and apply that dip base again, but this time I'm applying it to the entire nail down to the cuticle area. And then I like to lay my finger into the powder, and sometimes I cup it around the finger if I feel like I'm going to have trouble getting the sidewall area. And then I use that toothpick to clean up that cuticle area. And I am kind of a messy dipper, so I end up with dip powder all over my fingers, and that's okay. I kind of like the mess of it. So I'm just going to do that on each finger. Once I'm done, I'll be back. So after I give my nails a good scrub with that stiff nail brush, I remove the cat hair from my clear dip powder and I apply that dip base to the entire nail, and I just do 1 dip of clear dip powder because I didn't feel like I had a lot of buffing and filing to do with this one. So I still clean up the cuticle area with my toothpick, and this is to prevent any kind of white spots on our manicure. When you're buffing and filing, if you buff and file too much or you don't apply your clear dip powder, you can end up with white spots. You can literally buff the pigment right off your nails. Especially with glitter, you can buff the color off that and then it just looks silver. So you want to make sure that you're encapsulating in clear before you buff and file. Once I'm done applying that clear dip powder, I will once again give my nails a really good scrub with the stiff nail brush. The stiff nail brush for me is a huge part of every manicure because it really gets all of that excess powder off, because whenever you activate, whatever's on your nail will harden. So I really scrub it in between each layer and before I apply my activator. So once I'm done there, now I'm going to give it a good scrub. I'm going to activate each finger, wait about 1 minute, and then I'm going to do my buffing, filing, and reshaping off camera. So I have been trying to use my e-file as much as possible because I bought it a while ago and I was kind of scared of it. We've all been burnt by one of those before. So I have been trying to be more proficient with that, and I've gotten pretty good with my dominant hand. It's my non-dominant hand that I'm still having a little bit of trouble getting used to filing with it. But before I move on here, what I did was I used an alcohol prep pad to wipe all of the nail dust off, and then that's where you would finish your manicure. If you're not doing any nail art, you would go in with your second layer of activator and then wipe that off after about a minute with a lint-free paper towel or wipe, and then go in with your top coat. I'm doing the nail art, so what I did was I wiped off all the dust with alcohol prep pad, and then I put a little bit of that black stamping polish on a Ziploc bag there, and I am just taking the smallest brush in that pack and I am randomly drawing on lines. So as you can see, I already did my thumb and index finger, and if I had shown you all of my fingers, it took, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little while to do all of these stripes. I am not artistic. I cannot draw or paint or anything. So with this, it was pretty easy to do, I felt, because you're really just drawing random lines, connecting some, making some go the whole way across, making some go partially the whole way across. So getting back to the e-file, if you would like a video on how I e-file my nails, drop a comment below or DM me on Instagram and I will make that video for you. It'll probably be a little bit of a longer video because it does take me a little while to get all of the nail filing correct with that because I go kind of slow. So once I'm done with the stripes, like on the middle finger, I went ahead and cured it for 1 minute, and then I cured it for another 30 seconds. The stamping polish does take a while to cure because it goes on, it's a little thick. You're not doing a thin layer, you're doing kind of like a stripe, so it's a little bit thicker. So I cure it for 1 minute, then I cure it for 30 seconds, and then I end up curing all of my fingers one more time at the end. But that was good enough that I felt like it wouldn't move on me. And now we're doing a zebra face. So I saw a picture of a nail decal and it was a zebra face and I really liked it, and I decided I was going to try to draw it, and it goes pretty smoothly. I was kind of surprised at how smoothly it went. So if you look in the center, that's like the snout, and the two lines I drew straight out, it would be the eyes. So it was going pretty smooth, and then whenever I try to do the ears, it kind of fell apart on me. So I'll show you how I correct that and remove it, because once you put that gel on your dip powder, it kind of soaks in. So even if you try to wipe it away with an alcohol prep pad or something, it smears. So we'll get to that here in a second, but right now I am doing the snout, and those would be the little nose holes, and I'm just filling the snout in and leaving those nose holes open so I don't fill them in with anything. And like I said, I'm not artistic. I'm literally looking at a picture and trying to paint it on my nail. I was really surprised at how well I actually did, because going into this, I did not think I was going to be able to do it. And I think I held my breath the whole time. But it ends up being good. You'll see at the end in the picture, you probably saw in the thumbnail as well. But it ends up being pretty good, I felt, especially for somebody that's not artistic. So I'm just drawing on the side lines here to give some more definition in the face. So I just draw those out, and I'm doing a couple more little lines there, and we're just going to match them up then on the other side. So I do those 3 lines, and then I flip my nail around and I try to match those up the best I can side to side. And I think it turned out pretty good. I don't know, you guys let me know down in the comments. I thought, especially for me, knowing how I've tried to draw and paint in the past, that I did pretty good. But here's where it's about to fall apart. So this year ends up being pretty good. I was okay with this year. But then whenever I put on the second ear, it was a little close to that one, and it made it kind of looked like bunny ears instead of the zebra ears in the picture that I was using to draw from. So what I do is I cure that nail for 1 minute and then 30 seconds. And then I took my e-file and I am e-filing off that gel. And that worked pretty good. I wasn't sure what I was going to do because whenever I tried to wipe the ear off, it smeared black all over that green dip powder. But like I said, filing it off actually went pretty good. It left a little tiny bit of a stain, but nothing that was really noticeable, especially once I had my top coat and everything on. So I am just e-filing that off, and then I am going to just extend those upper lines a little bit. But this bit is one of my favorites, especially whenever I'm going around my cuticle area. And I felt like it was small enough that I could take off what I wanted to take off without getting into anything that I wanted to stay there. So I am just going to drill all of that off, and then I get that dust off there, and just lightly, because I already cured it but it's still tacky, I literally just very lightly brush that alcohol prep pad over the top so that I can get the dust off the black gel before I finish curing and top coating. And now I'm just going to extend those lines up a little bit to fill in some of that space where the ears were supposed to go. And then I cured it for about 1 minute. And now I'm just going to make those eyes a little bit more pronounced because I went and showed my boyfriend, and he knew that it was a snout, but he couldn't really see the face part of it. So I just make those eyes a little bit more pronounced. I extended the black a little bit, cured it for a minute, and then I take a tiny bit of white and I just draw a little white dot in the center there. So then I cure all of my nails for another minute and then 30 seconds. And the reason I say that is because on full power, I can only go 60 seconds or 30 seconds with my lamp. So I do 60 seconds and then 30 seconds. Now I am going to finish up by applying my double dip gel base coat to each of the nails, and I will cure that for 30 seconds. The reason I apply the gel base first is because whenever I was only applying my gel top coat, I was getting peeling and chipping at the corners of my nails. So you apply the gel base so that the top coat has something to stick to. So I cured that for 30 seconds, and now I'm going in with that double dip top coat, and we are going to apply that to each nail and cure it for 1 minute. So I'm going to finish that up and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so what do you think? Does it look like zebra stripes and a zebra face? I hope so. I thought, like I said, it turned out pretty good, but we're going to finish up as usual with cuticle oil. This one is Scales of a Mermaid. While I do that, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. To see more content, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. I have new videos every Monday and Thursday. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or find me on Instagram at DippingPixie. I'd love to see you over there as well. That's it for this one, guys, and I will see you in the next one.